third year I started practicing DSA. I have also graduated 3 years back. It's my lack of continuous practice. And since that day I decided, no matter what, no matter if I'm rejected or I'm getting selected, I'll practice day in and day out, even one problem a day.
Hello friends, welcome to VJ's Insights. Today we have a very special guest, Faiz Mohammad, who is a software development engineer at Microsoft. I met him over Twitter. So thank you very much, Faiz, for joining us. I would love to hear your experiences. It's been a while since I graduated, and I've been almost about 20 years. So I'm definitely interested in hearing your experiences of what works nowadays. How did you prepare your interviews, and overall how your journey has been? So would you like to give a brief intro about yourself as well?
Sure. Hi Vijay. Hi everyone. Lovely to be here. First of all, big thanks to you for inviting me here and sharing my experience. Since you said you have been graduated 20 years back, right? It doesn't feel to me like I'm yet to acknowledge it, but yes, I have also graduated 3 years back, right? I graduated in 2020, but still, since most of the time after that went in the COVID and pandemic, lockdown, and I just stuck at home. So I'm still able to, some part of me is still in college, final year student. And I graduated in 2020. Then from campus, I had campus placements from there. Then I joined Deloitte in India. There I worked for almost 2 years. Prior to my full-time job, I also did an internship there for 4 months. And I joined Microsoft last year. It's been around a year here at Microsoft. So I've been working as a software engineer here.
Awesome. First of all, congratulations on getting into Microsoft, and
Thank you.
Also having experience, different experience. I understand Deloitte is a service-based company, Microsoft product-based company. So we'll also touch a little bit on that. But great, congratulations once again. Yeah, my next question is about did you know in college itself what companies you want to target, or did you just go with the flow? And if you're focused, if you knew that okay, this is what you want to pursue. What was the reason behind that? Was it the friend circle, the surroundings, or something else?
So I'll tell you a funny thing. So when I joined my college, right, in the first year, I was a computer science student. So I was in the computer science branch itself. My rank was good and my everything was good. So I got CSC branch there in my college. And after I got there, really, I'm saying you, I had no idea, right? Which companies comes computer science. And one thing, I'll tell you a funny story. So in my first year, when so Dell, we all know because we use laptops since kids now. So Dell is a company which makes laptop, but I was never heard of Deloitte. So when first year I had Deloitte, I thought, hey, is it the same thing or what? Dell, Deloitte, right? So after that, I'm my first year was similar to what you studied in 11th, 12th curriculums in engineering in India. So it just got somehow, I was focusing on my CGPA, not at all focused on coding part. Coding was a subject. We used to write files. I was not learning, right? And I was really not sure about which companies to target or get until I would say my third semester end, 1.5 years. After that, I was very fortunate enough that I had a very good friend who suggested me that, hey bro, that we should start coding. These are the companies which come. These are the companies which we should target. These pay more. These are product companies, they're service-based companies. And thanks to his guidance, I started coding with him, and it was just a continuous practice since then.
Awesome! Wow, third semester. So your second year is that right?
Yes, half of second year gone. Right.
Okay. Wow, that is still way too early than when I had any similar realization. So that's amazing. Awesome to hear that. Cool. So. Can you talk a little bit about your journey to Microsoft? What did you have to prepare, and any other relevant experiences that help you do the preparation, appear for the interview, and then also crack the interview?
Sure. So as I would mention, I started coding. Got conscious of that I need to learn and do coding. Some specific DSA I need to learn to make it to these big companies. Got through the previous year question, so I started practicing. To the end of my college days, proper, right? Third year, I would say. Third year, I started practicing DSA. So it's a backstory. It's important. From Microsoft came along that. So I started practicing, and I used to giving right, lead code and all those stuff. So I was preparing, and there's an opportunity 1 year before Microsoft happened, right? At Amazon, I got an off-campus opportunity to get the online assessment. Fortunately, I was able to crack the that assessment, and then I went for the Amazon interview, online interview, right? But although I was practicing, but I was not continuously practicing. It was like on and off, on and off. And then that day when I went to the interview, I could not crack it like after 2 rounds of interview at Amazon, right? And then it would hit me that, okay, although knowledge, right, it's my lack of continuous practice, which is because opportunities can come from anywhere when you are least expected, right? So was this Amazon opportunity. And since that day I decided, no matter what, no matter if I'm rejected or I'm getting selected, I'll practice day in and day out, even one problem a day. So that was, I think, 28th May 2021, and I got Microsoft offering April 22. Each day for the next 1 year, right, I was practicing lead code, one question daily. Like I still had this streak of 365 days, right? So I did one lead code every day. In between, there were many interviews I gave before Microsoft, other companies. Most of them I was unable to crack, right? But I would say just there were redirections, and those failed interview experiences and those daily practice of lead code. It can be any practice platform in your case, right? But it's just a daily practice. And I used to write, right? I don't, because when you code, you will forget after 10-20 days. Is the same problem, right? So I had this habit of writing it down, the problems which I'm solving. Like, okay, I did this, like if this is the question, approach it this way. And I used to revise those notes regularly. It's just like traditional way of studying, right? For any exams you study. So I was continuous, and that is the point I think which helped me most in Microsoft interview experience.
Wow, that is super impressive. Like I'm at a loss of words, as you can say. Like 1 year continuous practice, that's insane, man. But I think something that you did not explicitly say, but something I noticed here, which is in my opinion very important for people to know, is that first of all, preparation, hard work, but also like people fail, right? Like you said, your Amazon interview did not go as planned, and you experienced failure, but you did not get discouraged because of that. You actually incorporated that. You thought what may have gone wrong. You knew that you needed more practice, continuous practice, and then you learned from your mistake and corrected that, and that helped you in getting Microsoft. So a lot of people I've seen getting discouraged that, oh, I prepared so much, but I did not get this offer or get whatever they wanted, and then they give up, right? But it's really important to see that you did not give up, and you literally took 1 full year to actually get to where you wanted to be. But 1 year is not a small time, right? Like people give up in a few weeks or a few months, but this is really important to kind of highlight, and kudos to you for thinking that long and continuously like preparing and working hard for that long. So that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. The next question is slightly, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just adding this. Definitely, like it's the long-term plan, because things will happen when they're bound to happen, but it's our continuous practice, right, which will help them. It's all the compounding. Knowledge, as other things in the world, compounds with time. So to just help you get better only.
Yeah, sure. No, that's a great point. Like thanks for adding that as well. Cool. The next question is slightly different. Deloitte is a service-based company and Microsoft is a product-based company, right? So what are some of the differences you observe? Because my experience so far has always been in product-based company, even when I worked in India. So I don't really have that much exposure to service-based company, but I know that they are also quite big in India. So I think kind of differentiating these two or highlighting your experiences in these two would be helpful to the audience.
So so my experience has been different in when I was full-time. I'll talk my full-term experience, right? Mm-hmm. So work-wise, I have done development at Deloitte also, right? Yeah. Although Deloitte, yes, I will say it's not known for product development, but I was fortunate enough that I got to work in a product in Deloitte from scratch, from nothing was there. So when I wrote the first line, and then the team scaled, and then the product scaled, right? But that was like a product thing. We're working on a product, but in Microsoft, we again have the guest. Yes.
Sorry for the distraction.
Yes, lovely. So in Microsoft, there's a process for follow product development, right? We have a sprint planning. We follow the sprint. We have a broader 6 months plan, right? We have all these things. In for development perspective also, right? Not just the like the leaders have one thing for the product perspective, right? For the revenue and all the stuff. But dev perspective also there is a plan, right? In Deloitte, there was not much plan because all of us were learning, right? We are not developers there. Like for me it was a just campus job, and then the senior folks who were in the team, they were not developers. We all were just learning together. It was like a small learning experience for all of us. So not much official process followed, right? But having said that, getting a dev role like a product job at Deloitte is a little tricky. I just got that because I asked for it. The moment I joined as a full-time, I had very clarity in my mind that okay, even now I am here, I don't want to get stuck in some other area which I'm not interested in. I just asked the HR, I mailed them that I'm looking, these are my key areas of interest, and I would like a project which focuses on that, and they obliged it, right? If I wouldn't have asked, I might have got some tool automation task which might not have helped me in my career, right? But those are the projects which I did at Deloitte, helped me in my resume and make it to other interviews, other product-based interviews. So that's process great. Is different in those two companies, but yeah, at last it's development.
Interesting. I think you touched upon a really good point also, similar to our previous conversation, that you have to be vocal, right? Like people are not just gonna give you what you want. Like you really want to be vocal and express your interest. There is no guarantee that it'll always work out, but it's almost guaranteed that it won't work out if you don't ask, right? So I think that's also a very great point that I think people should kind of remember, that you should not hesitate to express your interest and ask for what you want. At least try from your side. So actually, to build up a little bit on that, like what helped you clarify what you did not want or what you wanted when you were joining Deloitte?
So just before I joined Deloitte, I started a little bit interest on the web side, right? So when I joined there, I told them, and also I'm familiar with a little bit of Python, right? Having said that, I never had projects like or internships in these areas. It was just my familiarity with those areas, whatever I learned at my own pace through YouTube and all those courses, online courses, right? So I just told them, these are my areas. I know there might be projects which need these in the firm because it's in a big company, it requires a lot of different areas, right? So if you have anything involving these or a subset of these, please let me know. I was interested in that field. And luckily there was. So yeah, I got the opportunity.
I see. Cool, interesting. In terms of work culture, have you seen any differences between the service company and product company, or expectations wise?
No, I would say both of the companies were very supportive and very time friendly to your own. They expect the work to be done. There was no pressure that you have to do from this time to this time, or you have to be online for this particular amount of time, right? They expected you to do the work. Managers at both the places are very supportive, right? In Deloitte, I had a great time because it was challenging for me that initially I was alone from India, right? And my entire team was from US. As a campus hire, I was reluctant to talk to people, right? First of all, for me, there was this gap that, okay, I'm talking to foreigners, right? So that barrier I had in my mind for a couple of days, that break, and that got me comfortable to talking to people, communicate with people who I've never met. And that was a really great experience at Deloitte for that time. But work-wise, culture-wise, all teammates, both places very supportive.
Cool, that's great to know. I think you have already. My next question was gonna be what would be your advice to either newcomers who are still in college about to look for a job, or people who have just started a new job. But in the last few questions, I think you have covered a lot of things. So let me just rephrase them or present the gist of it. And then I would like you to add whatever we did not talk about that you feel is also very important. So initial one was about preparation, like realizing in college itself that what works or what is needed for the cracking the interview. In your case, it was like lead code or DSA kind of preparation. Doing that you did that in second half of second year. That means you must have done all this preparation or continuously build on the coding experience for 2.5 years, right? At 4 years if you was in 4 years of college, or even maybe a little less if you got campus placement, like maybe 6 months or a little before you graduated. But still, that's a long time. The point is preparing, understanding what is required, preparing for a long time. Then you experienced some ups and downs. Mainly, again, your Amazon interview did not go as expected. But you did not give up. You kept on practicing. You understood what needs to be improved, and then stuck to that for over a year, which is not a short amount of time. So kind of hard work, consistency, not giving up. These are all important attributes. Then we talked about the service-based, product-based, or again, being vocal, asking for what you wanted, making sure that you express your interest, so that, like, again, you at least you increase the probability of what you want to work on. And then whatever things you had done so far, they all built up and helped you in getting your Microsoft interview. So you didn't really have to do something completely drastically different, but all of these things were important and played a role. So that's a great story. And these are, like, did I get the gist correctly, or would you like to add anything to as like an advice for either people who are in college looking for jobs or people who are just starting their career?
I think you summarized perfectly. Just like when advice for folks in college, these are the most beautiful 4 years of your life. Enjoy it to the fullest, but have a good peer group. Learn from each other. Like, identify the difference between killing your time and enjoying your time. Right? Have a good peer group. Learn from each other.
Awesome. Yeah. No, I can totally relate to that. Like, I have killed time, wasted time, but enjoyed as well. And
been there.
There are many times I still think about my college days because they'll stick with you forever, right? Like, so you have to have a good balance of enjoyment and still focused preparation. So, and having that balance is really important. And like, once you master that, that'll help you in your career as well. Like how do you kind of have that balance throughout? So great points. And thank you very much for your time, Faiz. I think I have done with most of my questions for now, but you have expressed your experience and your preparation so well. I'm sure that you will have advice going forward as well, like how you look at your career in Microsoft, what helps you. And so we will probably have this conversation at least once more, and probably even more time. So
definitely looking forward.
Cool. Thanks, Faiz, again. And please, everybody, like, Faiz also has his own YouTube channel. He's also active on Twitter. I will mention links to both in this video. So please give him a follow, subscribe to his channel. Very good content. And hope to see you again, Faiz. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Vijay. Same here. See you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.